Hello, my dear students, ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಟಾಪಿಕ್ database applications and information systems. As already you might be knowing the background of this database applications and information systems, before going to deal with this topic, I would like to inform you regarding, so Monday onwards, this coming Monday onwards, we are going to conduct regular classes on applications, apps. So you please download app, Rio Academy app, Rio classes app, so that we can have classes on app from Monday onwards. So please download it now itself, and if you like our videos, if you like our classes, please share and please pass your comments in the comment sections and give the feedback so that every day we can give you the best of best classes, excellent of excellent classes, which is required for your competitive exams, MBA, MCA aspirants. So now, may I start this, the beautiful and interesting topic, which is nothing but database applications and information systems. Let me first explain you about what is data. Okay. What is data? Data is a plural word and datum is a singular word. Datum. Nobody use this datum word because the data is nothing but it is a representation. It is a representation how you are going to present the contents. It is a representation, and what the representation it is? It is a representation of facts, a representation of facts, concepts or instructions. It is a representation of facts, concepts or instructions in a systematic standardized format. Okay, the formats of representation of these kind of things should be in a standardized form. My dear students, keep in your mind, it is in the standardized form. That is the basic requirement of a data. Again, the data are classified into structured, unstructured. That discussion is, so I am going to discuss with you, so in the later topic. Okay. Data is represented with alphanumeric or a special characters. So these are going to be represented in alphanumeric or with a special characters. What it is? Alphanumeric means alphabets. It starts with A to Z in uppercase letter and small a to small z in lowercase letters. Alphabets. Numeric means, this numeric means it is 0 to 9. You are going to represent the data in alphanumeric characters or special characters. What are special characters? So these special characters are nothing but, it may be exclamatory mark, it may be a hash, it may be a dollar sign, it may be a question mark, or any other special characters which are used in the keyboard. Okay, so all these are going to be converted into its machine equivalent. So that is called as ASCII code, American Standard Code for Information Interchange. Okay, it is a standard code, it is a 7-bit code. Okay, so that all it is going to be represented, the data in the form of alphanumeric or a special characters. Is it clear? Now, what we can have about this standard form? I am going to tell you about the next topic which we are going to study is information system. Information system. So let us clear about what is information. Okay, information is a well organized or a classified data which has some meaningful values for the receiver. So this information is nothing but, it is well organized that can be interpreted, that can be transformed, that can be communicated from the sender, transmitter to the receiver. So receiver must be able to understand what exactly the information received. Okay, he must understand that language should be a understandable language. It should be easy for communications, easy to communicate. So then it is called as a information. Okay, so it is called as a information. And there are some requirement for this information. What are the requirement of informations? That should be a timely. What do you mean by timely? Timely means it should be within the span of particular period of time. It should be easily accessible within small amount of time. Small amount of time it should be available. Easily it should be available. Easily it should be accessible. Okay, my dear students. So here, whatever the information, whatever the data stored in the server, it should be easily accessible, easily retrievable. It should reach you within a small amount of time, within a fraction of second, within a nanoseconds. You must get the required data, you must retrieve the data from the server. Okay, so that is you have to keep in mind. The second characteristic is accuracy. The second character, the information should have accuracy. So I will tell you one example. I want to add plus 5 to x or x plus 6. I am going to get confusion part over here is either add 5 or 6 to x to get required result. If this is the case, then you will be under confusion. You will be under the confusion state. What is that state? That state is whether you should add 5 or 6. There is no clear vision, clear requirement mentioned in the problem. Okay, you will get confused whether I should add 5 or 6 to get my required result. Okay, so that should not happen. The accuracy should be there, and there should be a clarity among the data what you are using, what type of data you are utilizing for your information, what type of data you are collecting for communication. So that should be very, very crystal clear. Okay, so that should you have to keep in mind. So accuracy should be required. The third point is it should be a complete. The data should be complete. Suppose, I will tell you one example. A patient is admitted in the hospital. A patient is admitted in the hospital. Patient is admitted in the hospital. Patient is admitted in the hospital. You have got record about the patient in the hospital. What is the name of the patient? What is the age of the patient? What is the sex of the patient? And so what are the problems? What are the issues facing? And how much he have paid advance? How much due? What are the different operations or the medicines required? Whatever it is, all the details you have. But on the bed, the patient is not available. This is the bed. So where the patient is not available, because you do not have the discharge summary or the discharge date of the patient. If the patient got discharged, so the bed shows you the empty. Okay, you have got incomplete information. You have got informations from the process of admission, admitted, on which date, and what are the causes, what are the problems, what are the issues, payments, transactions, doctor consultations, doctor's visit, everything you have got. But you don't have the information about the patients when he got discharged. So that is the problem. Okay, so that shows you that it is not completed. So here the requirement for information is that data information should be complete. Okay, so these are the different characters. Okay, now these are the two topics which I am going to discuss today: database applications. Okay, so in the last class, so many applications we have discussed. Okay, now database applications and information system. So that is the reason. So I wanted to bring you from the scratch level what is data, what is information. Okay, now let us see one by one. Okay, database application is a computer program. It is a computer program whose primary purpose is to retrieving information from a computerized database. Okay, so it is a computerized database. It is a digital data. It is stored in the form of zeros and ones. It is stored in the machine language. It is stored in the machine language. It is a computerized database. From here, information can be inserted, modified or deleted, which is subsequently conveyed back into the database. The data, whatever the information it is collected, whatever the communicable message, it is either in the form of text or images or videos, whatever it is, the different formats, it may be in MP3 format, it may be in MP4 format, or it may be a PowerPoint format, it may be in the graph sheets, it may be some images, so JPG file or whatever it is a systematically, it is an organized, classified form of data, which is nothing but information. So here it is stored in the database. It is a server where you have got all the information stored securely. Okay, so this is the one. So let me repeat once again the definition of database application, which is a computer program whose primary purpose is to retrieve the data, to retrieve the information. So information is nothing but it is a collection of well organized data. Okay, so from computerized database, from here information can be inserted, modified, deleted, which is subsequently conveyed back to the database. Okay, so there will be one server, web client. Web client is making a request to the web server, and web server has got its own database management, database system. Whatever it is requested by the web client, so web server in response to web client request, so it is retrieving the data from the database and it will be passed on to the requested web client. Okay. Now, so this database has got many applications. So where it will be used, this database applications? So database application is used in the universities, railway reservation system, social media sites, library management systems, e-commerce websites, medical, accounting and finance, industries, airline reservation system, telecommunication system, manufacturing, human resource management, broadcasting, insurance, banking. Okay, so in so many sectors it is being regularly used, these applications. Okay, now let us see what is the use of this database in the universities. Universities has got number of courses, number of programs, number of students admissions, exams, admission process, result process, and so many activities in the universities it is going on. Okay, so what they will do, they will collect all the information in a systematic manner, in a systematic, well organized manner, and it will be dumped into the one particular server, one particular database. Okay, so what it is, so let us see. It is undeniable application of the database. Universities have so much data which can be stored in the database, such as a student information. What is the basic qualification, education background of the student, whether he has passed 12th plus or degree or master degree or PhD, and whatever it is. So all the information about the student information, which includes students information, is all about the student, the name of the student, age of the student, Aadhaar card of student details, marks cards, previous marks cards details, and the basic eligibility criteria of the students. So all the details, it is going to be collected by the universities or any institutions, any organizations, all the details about the students. Student information and teacher information, non-teaching and teaching staff information, because in the university so many number of employees are working in a different departments, in the different fields of the university. Okay, so some of the professors are working in one particular department, so some of the professors are working in another department or at different position. Okay, one may be heading the department and the other one be the assistant professor, so the others may be working in the non-teaching environment, non-teaching field. Okay, so here teachers information, non-teaching staff information, course information, how many courses is the university is offering for the students, so that information is also there in their database. Section informations, grade report informations, many more university information is kept safe and secure in the database. Okay, so keeping the information about all the relevant related staff members of the universities and the students should be kept confidential, and it should not get leaked out to misuse purpose. Okay, anyone who needs information about the student, teacher or course can be retrieved from the database very easily in timely accuracy and complete information about the student, teacher, non-teaching, teaching and all the staff members of the universities. So that is maintained in the database. Okay, even after so many years of their presence in the universities, so that can also be possible to retrieve the data. Suppose in the year 1992-93, one student was there in the university, he passed out 30-35 years back. So I want the information about that student, so that can be possible to get retrieved. Okay, because every university now it has comes under this database management system. Okay, so that is about the universities, how they are utilizing the database system. Okay, now come to this second one, banking. It is one of the major application of database. Banks have huge amount of data, as millions of people have accounts that need to be maintained, properly. The database keeps the record of each user in the systematic manner. Banking database store a lot of information about the account holders. It stores customer details, asset details, banking transactions, balance sheets, credit card, debit card details, loans, fixed deposit and much more. Everything is maintained with the help of database. So a person who is going to open an account, so what type of account it is, so that detail is going to be entered into their database, banking database, and how much he has taken the loan, how much he has made the repayment, and what are the facilities, what are the schemes, so he has got benefited in the banking sector. And even the bank is going to maintain the database, the informations about their employees also. Okay, so at different positions, so how much those employees are drawing the salary, how much they have taken the loan, and how much they have paid the repayment of the loan, and what are the status about the credit cards, debit card, fixed deposit, current account, SB account, and so many things, whatever the transactions is going to take place in the banking sector. So all informations they will be going to kept in their separate database, and whenever it is required they can be retrieved easily and the complete information with accuracy and within the small amount of time. Just they will enter your account number and all the details, how many loans you have, how many deposits, list of deposits and list of your transactions, how much you have drawn the amount. So 10 years back, today, and whatever it is, all the details it is going to be reflected by just entering your account number. Okay, so that they have maintained the database. And railway reservations, and now railway reservation, it has become very easy at your fingertips. Okay, in the mobile also you can have that app, in the browser also you can have the transactions, you can book your tickets, you can cancel your tickets, you can get your refunds, you can pay the online ticket fees. Okay, so it is inevitable area of application of a database. They store information such as a passenger name, mobile number, booking status, reservations details, train schedules, employee information, account details, seating arrangements, route and alternate route details, etc. All the information need to be maintained, so railway use the database management system for their efficient storage and retrieval purpose. Even their details, even their employees details, employee salary structures, their accounts, maintenance, their voucher, their all the details, each and every one pin to pin details, so they will be storing in their separate database. One more applications we can have here is social media sites. Nowadays everyone is a smartphone and accounts on various social media like Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Twitter, Instagram, etc. People can chat on their friends. All the details, that is also going to be stored at one particular place and one particular database. So it has got its own management. Okay, so social media sites use database to store information about user, images, videos, chats. Suppose if I am having a Facebook account, so when I have uploaded the video, when I have uploaded the messages, images, all the details, and to whom I have shared my images, to whom I have shared my videos, all the details you will get it at your fingertips. Within a short period of time, all the details you will get it. Okay, so that is through their database management. Now the other management system is a library management system, which is also a database applications. There are hundreds and thousands of books in the library. There are so many thousands of students are in their institution or universities or some organizations, and daily thousands, hundreds of students, they are going to get their books, required books, desired books from the library, and that circulation is continuous process. And how they are going to get benefited by the use of their database systems. So it is all arranged in a well manner, well organized. Books in the book in a register or a daily database management system is used, which maintains the information. In the olden days, we have seen that, so there will be a big registers in the library entrance. So whatever the books we are going to get it from the library, that should be entered in that book, and the next time we have to return at particular date and time. Okay, so it was maintained by one person. Now it is, everything is such a way it is organized. It is in a systematic manner, it is organized, well organized system, database, so where you will get all the books organized. Okay, suppose I want database management system, one book by so and so author. So if I'll ask the librarian, so he will open his database and he will see that, so how many books are left out, or whether books are available in the library premises, or all the students have taken that book, or directly he can convey you the message. Otherwise, he has to go to that compartment, he has to go into that particular cupboard at particular place where he has kept all the books. So he has to search. Now he will be going to search in the system by the help of this database. Now the e-commerce websites. So there are so many e-commerce websites. Daily we used to familiar with these type of uh, e-commerce websites, e-commerce applications, okay? Flipkart, Myntra, Amazon, and so many are there, okay? So these all, so where we can search the product, whether it is available, whether it is not available, and whether our specifications, our requirements, we are going to get it or no. So whether we have done the payment, online payment, or it is cash on delivery, or so many informations it is available in there, and it is going to maintain, okay? Suppose 2 years back I have got a microphone from the Amazon, and now I am going to get a camera from there, this one, applications, Amazon website, e-website, e-commerce, web applications. If I am going to register my name, so then it will show you that, so 2 years back you got so and so product from their applications, okay? All the details they will be doing, they will be keeping in their database. Purchase details, bank details, card details. So whether you have done the payment through debit card or credit card or some of the UPIs, okay? So now UPI is very easy to transact, okay? So no need to enter each and every time your credit card or debit card to make a transactions. So UPI is very easily applications available in all these smartphones. Bank and card details, invoices, transaction details. You can analyze the sale and maintain the inventory of the all with the help of database, okay? Is it clear? Now come to the next applications. So medical. So there is a lot of important data collections in the field of, in the medical field. It is necessary to use the database to store data related to the medical field, such as patient details, medicine details, practitioner details, surgeon details, appointment details, doctor schedule, patient discharge details, payment details, invoices, and other medical records. All it is kept in the database, okay? So it is very easily retrievable and easily we can get it. So the other application is accounting and finance. So other detail is accounting and finance. So this is very important when there is a big data regarding accounting and finance. So there is a need to maintain a large amount of data which is done with the help of database. Accounts and finance. So these are the major financial sectors, okay? So where a large amount is going to flow. So that should be maintained. The database sectors, data such as accounting details, bank details, purchase of stocks, invoice details, sale records, asset details, accounting and finance data helps in maintaining and analyzing historical data. Okay, that facility, that feature is also available. Okay, so they are utilizing their database for their all the informations. Okay, now in industries, the next application is in industries. The database management system is the main priority of industries because they need to store huge amounts of data. The industry database stores customer details, sale records, product list, transaction, etc. All information is kept secure and maintained by the database. Okay. So here in industry also, so number of students are taking a trainings, number of employees are working in industries. So industry is buying some raw material from the different vendors and it is selling their product to different their customers. So all the details it must have. So that is why it is taking the help of database. So it is maintaining all the in their database all the relevant informations. Next, airline reservation systems. It is exactly similar to the railway reservation system. So how they are utilizing their database? It is one of the applications of the database management system that contains data such as passenger name, passenger check-in, passenger departure, flight schedule, number of flights, distance from source to destination, reservation informations, pilot details, accounting details, route details. So all it is going to be maintained by their database. Okay, all the details about the passenger details, about their employees details, about their staff details, everything is going to be stored in their database. Whenever it is required, easily that can be retrieved. In the telecommunication sector, we cannot deny that telecommunication has brought a remarkable revolutions worldwide. Okay, because of this telecommunications revolution, we are here to take the online classes. It is possible. Otherwise, it could not have been possible for without their telecommunications technology growth. It is a remarkable revolution worldwide. Okay, so the telecom field has huge data and it is very difficult to manage big data without a database. Okay, huge amount of data. So now whatever the information I am passing to you through this media, it is going to be a quantized, it is going to be make into the different packets of informations and it is going to be transmitted. And at the receiver side, at the destination side, you will be able to receive the informations without any error. Okay, so they will be maintaining that type of transmission receptions which is possible through a telecom based database which is required. Okay, so it has got the customers names, username, user password, customer ID, user ID, and so many things, phone calls, call details, prepaid, postpaid, connections, all the details, whether it has got the broadband or only the voice chatting or the video chatting, video conferencing, everything is going to be stored in the telecommunication sectors. Okay, so in the manufacturing, the next application is in the manufacturing. In the manufacturing field, a lot of data needs to be maintained regarding supply chain management. If anybody is having a industries manufacturing some products and that products, how he is going to get the raw material from the different vendors, he has to maintain all this bill of entry. So bill of entry, so he has to maintain all the details. So inventory he has to maintain. So how much material he has got it from the different vendors and what is the final finished product he sold to the different companies or the different vendors or the different marketers. So all the details, so he has to maintain. So here the database maintains the data such as the product details, customer information, order details, purchase details, payment information, workers details, invoice, etc. Manufacturing companies produce and supply products every day. It is important to use the database. Okay, so that is the basic requirements about this kind of information, data. Okay, is it clear? Now come to the next applications. Human resource management, HRM. So any organization will definitely have employees, and there are large number of employees, then it becomes essential to store data in a database as it maintains and securely saves the data which can be retrieved and accessed when required. The human resource database stores data such as employee name, joining details, designation, salary details, tax information, benefits, goodies, details, etc. Okay. So this organizations are maintaining human resource management, human resource department. There will be a HRD department in each and every organizations, well organized, reputed organizations, esteemed organizations. So they will be having their one particular different cell which is called as a HRD. So they will be managing all the details about their employees, their promotions, their salaries, their tax deductions, and each and every details, their qualifications, their process of appointing, their process of dismissing, and everything they will follow. Okay, so all the details, it is in their database. The next one is application is a broadcasting. Broadcasting is distributing video and audio contents to dispersed audience by television, radio, or other means. It is a department of broadcasting. It may be a Doordarshan or a private TV channels, whatever they are broadcasting their news or the films or movies or some serials or some video clips. Okay, so they will be broadcasting all the details they will be having, and by the help of the database, so they will be keeping all the records, all the relevant records. So the next one is insurance. An insurance company needs a database to store large amount of data. Insurance database stores data such as policy details, user details, buyer details, agents details, everything it is going to be maintained in their database. Whenever it is required, so that can be retrieved it very easily and fast. Okay, so that is the intention of this. This is all about the database applications. Okay, my dear students, if you have got any queries, any questions you want to ask me, you just please comment so that I can answer for your queries. Okay, yes, no comments. Yes, now we will discuss about the next topic is the information system. Information system. Information, already I told you that it is organized and it is a classified data which has some meaningful values to the receiver. Information is nothing but it is a processed data. Whatever the data we collected, the concept or the facts or the instructions, that data which is collected, it is in the terms of alphanumeric, in the form of a special characters, it is in the form of zeros and ones, it is in the form of machine language. It is collected by each and every organizations, universities, medicals, insurance, and so many applications we have seen till now. So that all it is well organized. So this information system is going to process the data. Okay, how it is going to process the data? So this is the data. It is going to be fed to a processor. So this is nothing but it is an input data. This data we call it as a input data, and this processor process the data which we call it as a output process. So this is nothing but output data. And meanwhile, so there will be a storage and retrieving, both will be done here in the memory of the system. So this is nothing but it is your database, or sometimes you can call it as a storage. Okay, the data which is fed to the processor, the process will modify, delete, or something he will be going to calculate. Okay, so with the collection of the data, which may be a fact, which may be a instructions, or which may be a different concepts in the form of alphanumeric or special characters. So that all it is going to be fed to the processor. Okay, that processor which process the data, so we will be getting the output data, and meanwhile this processor is going to retrieve some information, or the some information it is going to be dumped and stored in the memory of the database system. Okay, so that is the how it is happening. Okay, now so let us see the definition. This components of an information system, hardware for information system includes computer hardware, essentially providing users with access to the system, while servers provide storage space. Okay, so server is containing all the information, all the database. So it is providing the data for data, programs and applications that make up the system. It constitutes a complete system. Okay, it is constituting the complete system. So now networks such as local network, local area network, it may be a metropolitan area network, or it may be a worldwide network area. So world area network, WAN, MAN, LAN, so different kinds of networkings. Wide area network, intranets and closed networks. Internet and intranet, it is little bit the differences it is having. Okay, so intranet, within their limits, within their premises, so there will be a one network setup, so that is called as a intranet. And the cloud networks, so now the cloud computing is the burning subject of the computer technology. So if you don't have space in your system, if you don't have space in your devices, so you can put your files in the clouds. Okay, so there is a cloud networking, cloud management, cloud computing, the different subjects are there related to that, are important for interconnecting different components and allowing user access from anywhere in the organizations. So that is possible only when your computer is connected with any other computer in the world. Okay, so one computer is in India, the other computer is in Germany, you can have transactions, you can have communications, so through such a network. Okay, so software is an integral part of information system. Operating system such as a Windows or a Linux or a Ubuntu or some other Unix, so many operating systems, we had different classes for that. So and enterprises may be on hundreds of different software applications, as well as a large software packages that integrate multiple applications. So that applications, software applications, system applications, we have gone. Now the interesting is data is another important component here. Okay, because information system and data applications both are correlated, interrelated. Without one of them, so that existence is, we cannot imagine that existence. Okay, without data, information we cannot imagine, and without information, so data cannot be imagined. Okay, so that is the thing. Here the data is another important component, which is a structured data, in the database, or unstructured data such as a text, images, feedbacks, comments are all considered as a unstructured. So then what is structured? Structured data. The name itself shows you the meaning. It reflects the meaning, structured data. Because this data is well organized, in the well format, it is well classified. Okay, so that is called as a structural data. And another one is a unstructured, so which is not structured, not well defined, it is not well organized, it is not in the systematic manner, it is not in a systematic way, it is not represented, it is not presented in a well formats. Okay, so that is called as a unstructured data. Okay, you got my point? Some of the times, so some images, some audio messages, some video messages, and some comments and some feedbacks by the customers or by some viewers, so all it is not having their own format or their own style. Okay, so all it is not going to be categorized into one particular type. So that is why it is called as a unstructured data. So here it is written, unstructured data such as a text document, images, audio files. User can access this data through various applications within the systems for reporting or analysis purpose. Okay, so all the details you have to collect and you have to make an analytic calculations. Okay, so then only you will get the exact idea about this, so that later can be represented in the graphical form, graphical representations, either pie chart or a different circular representations or something like that you can present. People play a key role in any information system, from administrator who manages the system itself to the user who interact with it daily. Okay, so this information system can be represented. Okay, so there are different types of informations. Types of information system. Types of information systems. So there are several types. Among three classifications are popularly known, and these are very much in the different sectors use. Okay, so the first one is operational support system. Operational support system, which is called as OSS, operational support system. The other one is a management support system. Management support system. Management support system. The third one is automation or office automation system. office automation system or automation office system. So these three different types of information systems, and again further these are going to be classified into different subcategories. This is going to be classified. Now, this transaction processing system, transaction processing system, TPS. The other category is process control system, process control system, PCS, process control system. The third one is enterprises collaboration system, enterprises collaboration system. Enterprises collaboration system, ACS. So let me explain about this. So operational support system. So here there are three different types: transaction processing systems at the operational unit of the system, operational unit of any industry, any manufacturing industry. So where it is operating, how they are operating? So they will be having three subtypes. One is called transaction processing systems. So from where they are going to buy their raw material for the manufacturing purpose, how they are going to deal with the vendors. So all the details, it is going to be stored in the transaction processing system. And the other part is a process control systems. So what is a different process? So how the material is brought from the other vendors and it is processed at their manufacturing floor. So how that material is processed and it reaches to the final product, all this is going to be done through this information system that is called a process control system. And the later, so enterprises collaboration system, how it is going to be collaborated and how it is going to be sold out to the different dealers, distributors, and what kind of memorandum of understanding, MOU, between the distributors as well as a retailer or whatever it is, the transactions. So all this information is going to be stored in this kind of a system. Okay. So the second one is a management information system. Management information system. The second one is a decision support system. Decision support system. The third one is a execution support system. Okay. So here management information system. So after this operational, so there will be a body which is called as a management, and at the managerial level and above that managerial level, so many governing bodies of the manufacturing unit or industries or organization or some companies. So they will be looking out. So they will be doing this all kind of information control. Okay. So they will be having that information. So the next one is a text process, electronic documents management, text process, electronics, documentations, and so many more at the office level. So there will be office superintendent, their administrator, so all they will be looking, they're all payrolls of the employees and payments, promotions, and whatever it is related, so they will be doing in one particular organizations. So this is how the information system is classified, sub-classified at the particular organization or industries. So this is all about, so in simple, about this types of information. And there will be more interesting, so there will be one more expert system, that is also considered expert system, which is also considered under the information system, expert system. Now this is the latest technology it is having. So it is backed up with artificial intelligence, expert system. So this artificial intelligence is used for this kind of information system. Artificial intelligence is recognized and it is going to sense the information which you are going to retrieve it. I will tell you one example. There was a very big difference between the human beings and the machines. There was a difference. So 10 years back or more than that 10 years, there was a difference about this human being and the machine. So there was a difference, human being and the machine. Machine means it is nothing but it is a system. Okay. The machine does not have its own intelligence. So this human being is having own intelligence. Okay. Now gradually the machine is also acquiring the intelligence based on the human activities. Suppose in a Flipkart today I have searched to buy a book, some particular book. It is related to this computer data system. Okay. So then if I will call somebody, if in my mobile there is a applications called as a Truecaller. So then after my call gets ended, my calls get cut, call gets finished, so I will get an advertisement of a same book. If I will open my Facebook account, so then there I will be going to get reflected with the same book, because my interest I have shown in one particular application, but it is reflecting in number of applications. Wherever I go, either in WhatsApp or Facebook or Twitter or some other applications, so everywhere I used to see that advertisement related to my search. So that is the nothing but it is a kind of intelligence based on our intelligence or based on our searching for particular product. Okay, is it clear? So now it is replaced. So that is called as a expert system. Okay, so it is based on AI and case specific data, and it is also a knowledge based. It is knowledge based. Whatever I have searched, it is going to be captured by this machine intelligence. It will pick that information, what kind of need I am having. So it is going to capture that information and it is going to reflect whenever I am going to interact with the machine. Okay, so wherever it is, whether I am searching something or whether I am watching some Facebook post, whether I am going to see the YouTube videos, so everywhere it is going to get the similar informations, advertisements. Okay, so that is nothing but it is an artificial intelligence. So many things are there. It is related to this database management. So let me complete this topic, so which is a very interesting topic. So you can go through all these details. So at last but not least, I am going to make one more request to you once again. So please subscribe to this channel, please download the apps, and later, so we will be going to broadcast our classes on the apps. So if you like the videos, if you have any doubts, any comments, you just pass it on to the academy, so that we can improve your knowledge and we can give you the best of best, excellent of excellent coaching. So this is the best platform where you can have the PGCET for MBA, MCA and CA foundations and many more courses, UPSC, or it may be a KPSC exams, whatever you want, all this you will be going to get it at single platform. That name is Rio. Okay, is it clear? So now I am going to close this session. Thank you one and all. Good night.